Hey guys, what's good? What's good? Good evening. Let me go in here so I can see the chat. I peeked in here earlier. Um, and let me clarify a few things. Somebody said, shoot. Somebody said, oh, is this just this is turning into a cult, a dark-skinned woman cult, and you know, um, are you here to uplift dark-skinned women, or do you just want women here that agree with you? And to the person who said that, are you going to other women's channels telling them that? Like, because the sneak dissing has been happening for a while on other platforms. You have to keep in mind, I don't mention these women. I don't mention them, okay? But the sneak dissing keeps occurring. So I'm going to address what I've been seeing. And all I want to know is when I go over there, which is very seldomly, but when I go over there, I don't see, or seldom, I think I said that wrong. Very seldom do I go over there. I don't see you guys checking them. I don't see you guys saying, "Oh, why are you, blah blah blah. You can let's agree to disagree." You know, I don't see like people checking them for sneak this and other content creator. I don't see that. For sneak dissing me in particular, I don't see y'all saying nothing to them. So let me say what I'm going to say on my platform. If you don't like it, you can leave. Secondly, no, I don't want women here I don't only want women here who agree with me. I want like-minded Black women here. That doesn't mean you have to agree, but yes, I want like-minded Black women here, and women who are not going to do things, behave in ways, or say certain things to undermine the progress we have made as dark-skinned women. And no, I don't mess with you as a Black woman or a dark-skinned woman if you do things to undermine the progress, period. Or if you do things that set us back. Yeah, I'm going to have a problem with you. Yes, I am. Because my platform is to benefit dark-skinned women and girls. That's what this channel is all about, to do things to benefit dark-skinned women and girls. It's about dark-skinned women and girls leveling up. And if you say something or you do something that hinders that progress, then yeah, I have a problem with you. I do have a problem with you. And another thing, the thumbnail picture, I don't want to push any false narrative. So there is a reverse picture of that where the Black man is standing in the front saying, "Protect her." Okay, so it's a series of pictures, but that picture in particular just fits what I'm going to talk about in this video. So this live stream has nothing to do with the people in the thumbnail. It just brings my point home. Okay? Exactly, Sunshine. If you're not a part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Exactly. Exactly. It's not about, oh, I don't like anybody who disagrees with me. That has nothing to do with it. But yeah, you're an enemy if you set us back. You're an enemy. Plain, I don't know any other way to say it. You're not an ally, you're an enemy. And you need to be addressed. Yeah, and we're not a cult. A lot of this is projection, you guys. A lot of this is gaslighting, which I'm going to get into that in a moment. But, I don't see anybody, going to other people's channels and saying, oh, you don't agree with so and so, is this a bashing channel for Chrissie's followers or Black women? I don't see you guys going over there getting mad about their opinion. I don't see you guys doing that. So, like, I don't understand. And that's the thing. I feel like people are only trying to police my content. I don't know if it's because I'm a, dominant voice in this sector of YouTube. I don't know. But it's like people are only trying to police what's going on over here. I don't see anybody else trying to police other people's messages. I don't see that. And part of it is because you guys are threatened. I'm going to get into that. So, yeah. I didn't want to start out that way, but I saw some of that mess in the comment section or in the chat box that I needed to address. Okay. And I apologize, you guys, for not, uploading when I said I was going to upload. I have been so busy with my man and my family the last couple of days. I've been so busy and I haven't been able to upload and keep my upload schedule because I do have some other stuff I have to edit and get out there for this channel and the other channel, Feminine Strategy and Lifestyle. Go subscribe. The link is in the description box. But my personal life gets in the way. I have a life. I have a life outside of YouTube. So I wish I could upload every day, but I can't. So that and the recent events with Gayle King and Snoop Dogg have caused me to kind of fall back on other videos. But I had to put them on the back burner for a second because so much has been happening, you guys. Oh, thank you to the woman who just cash apped me. Thanks, boo. I don't want to say your name. I don't know if you want me to announce your name. But thank you. But yeah, so recent events have caused me to fall back on other videos. But I had to put them on the back burner for a second because Black women, I just want to make sure you're paying attention to what's going on. Because a lot is going on. A lot of true colors are being revealed. And in this live stream, I want to specifically talk about all of the Black female caping for unworthy Black men or colorist Black men or colorist people in general, or, anti-Black women people, and these people come out anytime Black women like me and other people try to get you guys out of the matrix. So I want to talk about those people. And I think we all see those Black women already who, come out and they say, oh, well, not all Black men are like that. And I love my Black man. And, I'm not going to give up on my Black man. Or what else would they say? Not all light-skinned women are like that. And, not all of them take advantage of their privilege over dark-skinned women. We need to come together regardless of skin tone. We've all heard that kind of caping, that direct caping. But there's also another kind of caping that's a bit more sneaky and covert. And that's what I'm starting to see as of late, because some women, I feel like some Black women are smart enough to know not to come online and fully cape for unworthy Black men at this point, and colorist Black men or colorist people. And they know, they're smart enough not to do that because, and not just that, but just come on here and, tell dark-skinned women to be all inclusive on our platforms, all that stuff that used to work in the past. Like, Black women are a little too woke now. So they can't just come on here, and some of them still do, but most of them can't just come on here and full on cape anymore, because they know Black women are waking up, especially dark-skinned women, and they're not going to be receptive to it. So instead of doing it in a direct way, they're now starting to do this in a low-key, covert way, and they disguise it with either morality or level up rhetoric. That's very recently that's been happening. Disguising their caping for unworthy Black men for level up talk. And it's basically gaslighting. And I know y'all peep this. I know I'm not the only one, and I wasn't going to say anything, but since they keep throwing shots at me, I think it needs to be said. Since they keep throwing shots at me and my platform, I think we need to say something. I think we need to call the stuff out, because it's happening and it's been happening. Let me go back up and mention the super chats before I continue. Elson, thank you for your donation. She says, also, you need to be aware of your mods. I saw your mod Lisa Jones on Rashida Strober's channel reporting her when she was talking about you. Okay, thanks for the heads up. Let's see. Nisha Williams, thank you for your donation. Keep doing what you're doing, Chrissie. Yeah, I've had to remove some mods, so it's all good. Oh, Lisa's in the chat. What's up, Lisa? What you doing? You playing both sides, girl? But I mean, she can support Rashida. I don't, whatever. Rashida's not mentally well. It is what it is. I think a lot of people feel sorry for her, but this is not about Rashida. So let's continue. Let's continue. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me give you some examples of what I'm talking about as far as, the way these women are starting to disguise their caping for unworthy Black men. And what prompted this video, you guys, is the Kobe Bryant situation. And we'll use that as an example first, because a lot of Black men or Black women and Black men as well, but I expect them to do it. So we're going to talk about Black women. A lot of Black women use morality, right and wrong, to disguise their caping for Black men, as well as his wife and their biracial children. I'm not saying that's the only reason Black women caped, but I do feel like that was a big part of it. That made them cape extra hard. The fact that Kobe was a Black man and the fact that he had some biracial kids. You can get mad, but I feel like that was part of it, okay? Because Black women do tend to have more compassion and more sympathy for non-Black women and biracial children. You can get mad, but it's the truth, okay? So that was one thing. And again, let me make this clear. Gail is not my favorite person. I don't agree with what she did. I didn't think it was appropriate or tasteful. And I empathize with Vanessa as well. Like I said, it was very sad what happened, and I wouldn't wish that on any wife or mother. Okay, but a lot of this vitriol that Black women in particular had and still have for Gail was unwarranted. And I knew it was something else going on when I saw Black women actually siding with Snoop Dogg and Lil Bootsy and, 50 Cent of all people, and low-key making them some kind of pro-Black spokespersons for the Black community. That's when I knew it was something different going on. Okay? And not only that, but making Kobe out to be some pro-Black icon when he didn't even mess with Black people like that. Can we be honest right now? A lot of these Black men defending him, Kobe didn't even fuck with them like that. That's another thing. He didn't even mess with these dudes like that. He didn't like y'all ghetto asses. He did not like y'all hood rat dudes. He didn't like y'all. I'm sorry to break it to you, but Kobe didn't even mess with you like that. I'll say it again, when Trayvon Martin got killed, he said he was not obligated to support a Black person just because they were Black. Right? But so, I mean, Kobe was what I'm saying is he was the quote unquote sellout that Black people say that they hate. The same way they're calling Gail and Oprah quote unquote sellouts, Kobe was the same way. And this is not me trying to tarnish his name or anything, but it's just the truth. Caramelized Sugar says, will they aspire to be like Kobe? Yeah, true. That's true. But it's like, after seeing how many Black people and Black women especially were upholding him as some community man, I realized how deep this internal knee-jerk reaction to cape for Black men. I realized how deep that was with Black women. And I knew it was deep. It's like I knew it, but it was like that made me really see it. And with Nipsey Hussle, I understand a little bit better, because Nipsey was actually, he was like pro-Black. They were saying he had that documentary coming out about Dr. Sebi, and he was giving jobs and opportunities to Black people. He had businesses for Black people. I could actually see people kind of upholding him as the community dude. I could kind of see that. But Kobe, no. Colored Gal Nikki. Thank you for your donation. Thank you for being you. Oh, thank you, sweetie. So I could understand Nipsey more than Kobe, right? But because Kobe and his daughter died in horrific death, and because he was legendary, in terms of basketball, you know, people are a little bit more hurt by it, and they're making him, you know, this pro-Black hero, right? And when Gayle asked about his past allegations, all that Black people kept doing was bringing up how she was in bed with white supremacy. Her and Oprah were in bed with white supremacy, when that's how Kobe lived his life. And that's how Snoop lives his life, and how Lil Boosie lives his life, and how 50 Cent lives his life as well. And I knew that if Black women were so emotional that they didn't actually take the time to factor all of that in, and they were actually siding with Snoop Dogg and these other, you know, quote unquote sellout rappers, I was like, okay. It wasn't until then that I realized just how deep our blind support for Black men was. Again, I knew it, but this situation really highlighted for me. And what I see are a lot of Black women using fake morality or the concepts of right and wrong to attack Gayle on behalf of Black men. Okay. And I'm just going to be honest. I don't think Black women would have gone this hard if Kobe was Serena Williams. I don't. If Kobe, if it was Serena Williams that this happened to, and Gayle asked something negative about something negative in her past in an interview, I think there would have been outrage because she's Serena Williams, but not on this level, you guys. Not on this level. Elson, thank you. Vanessa was a video. Ho and Snoop's video. Snoop introduced Vanessa to Kobe. How many Black men marry video vixens? Is that true? What is going on? Kimura, thank you. As a stressed college student, your videos bring me peace and knowledge. Thanks, Chrissie. No problem. Stay in school, girl. Stay in school. Lisa Jones, thank you, Chrissie, for being so much mature and understanding. You're a true cancer. Thank you so much. All the pro-Black YouTubers block me. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't care about you guys supporting people who don't like me. I don't care. But anyway, so but the thing is, like, I'll get back to that. Okay. So again, I think if Kobe was if it was Serena, there would have been outrage, but not on this level. It's like everything changes when it's a Black woman. You know, everything changes. You know, we and Black women, you can deny this, but you know, when it's another Black woman, you get super critical. And I've been guilty of this too. So I'm including myself into this. You know, I had to grow up and see this for myself. You know, but it's like everything changes when it's us. Like who we marry is a factor, right? What we do in our past is a factor. If we're anything short of perfect, it's a factor. It is, you guys. It's a factor, right? But with Black men, none of that matters to Black people, including most Black women. Nothing matters. We're so passive about it all. You know, because I see, honestly, even on YouTube, I see more Black women condemning other Black women. They'll say, oh, well, you know, stop bashing Black women. Or no, what's a good example? They'll say, oh, they'll complain about Black women who swirl. Let's just put it like that. They will complain about Black women who swirl and try to correct us on what we're doing and what we're not doing. But then when it comes to Black men, it's oh, let them do what they want to do. They don't belong to us, right? Do you see how that works? And I know when you're a Black woman, when you're a woman, you focus more on your gender, right? But I don't see anybody else doing that. I don't see white women policing other white women's vaginas. I don't see Black men policing other Black men's private parts. I don't see them doing that. It's only Black women. I don't see Black men telling other Black men how to swirl. I don't see white women telling other white women how to date out. I don't see them doing that. And you guys really don't realize how that makes you look. Elson, thank you. Yes, it's true. The name of the music video is G'd Up by Snoop. She was underage in the video that married Kobe after Snoop introduced him to her. Why is she not defending Kobe? Why are black women doing it? Well, she's mourning. She's in mourning right now. So I don't expect her to worry about this petty stuff. I really don't. But I didn't know that about her being in the video. I had no idea. But that kind of makes sense to why Snoop kind of went hard. So I didn't know that, like, he introduced them. I had no idea. Caramelized Sugar says, well, nah, black men do it. They call it dick policing to a certain extent, but they don't do it like us, Sarah. You can't deny that they don't do it the same way we do it. They don't. They don't sit there, and they do it in a different way. Like, you might have the hotaps or something come through and be like, hey, you can't be dating white women because, they're not better than our black queens. You'll have some hotep dudes. I'm not saying that none of them exist. You have some black men who dick police, but on average, they don't do that, Sarah. They don't. And they're not somewhere telling what black men online, on average, besides the handful of hotaps, what black men are out here telling other black men, oh, non-black women ain't better than the sisters. You need to get you a sister, and don't put non-black women on a pedestal above black women. They don't do that. They don't check each other like that. Usually they just don't say anything. Even if they don't agree, they don't say anything. Taz exclusive says me. I know you're pro-black, Taz. And I've seen you. I don't really like your view on colorism, but I have seen you check black men. So yeah, men like you, but most of the time you're basically the minority, Taz. Kamora, somebody go get Tandis. Please don't speak Tandis up, please. Groove Parlor, thank you. Black women morality caping have acute Stockholm syndrome. I agree with that. I agree. Says I don't have a stance on colorism. We all black fam. Yeah, but I heard you do some gaslighting before, Taz. I've heard you do a little bit of gaslighting that I was like, okay, no. But I don't have no issues with you. I remember hearing something you said that I didn't agree with when it was about dark-skinned women. But I mean, we can agree to disagree. I don't have no issue with you like that. I'm just saying, I just heard a couple things I didn't agree with. Sarah said, if you act up, I'm timing you out. That ain't my business. But yeah, so my point is we're just harder on each other, black women. That's my point. And I don't see other people, other groups being as hard on each other like we are. And then when we're in the face of controversy and everybody's ganging up, we don't have no type of sisterhood. It's the same way with Lonnie. And I understand you guys may feel that Lonnie makes you look bad, or you may feel that Gail makes you look bad, and you feel like she wasn't right and all this stuff. I can 100% agree with that, you guys, but then it comes a point to where you got to come together as sisters when you see people going a little bit too hard. You don't start agreeing with niggas like Snoop to reprimand a black. That's when the cutoff. That's when it should be a cutoff, and you say, hold up, wait a minute, let's back it up. Let's back it up. Now, Gail was wrong, but hey, listen, you're doing too much. And Snoop Dogg, with your pimp ass out here doing fucking shows with Martha Stewart's white ass, you're in bed with white supremacy. Let's not talk about community. See, that's when the sisterhood should have clicked in. But y'all don't do that. And the same thing with Lonnie. It's like, yeah, you can disagree with what she said, but then when y'all start going in, calling her fat and bitter and dark and ugly, that's when I'm like, okay, y'all doing too much. Y'all don't know when to cut it off. Do you get what I'm saying? That's when it's a problem. What did Gail say? Nika, are you living under a rock? I did 3 videos on this. I'm just saying, you guys, we're hard on each other. We're way too hard on each other. And I'm all about tough love. I will call a Black woman out when she's wrong. I hold Black women accountable. Contrary to what my haters say, I hold Black women accountable all the time. I get in y'all ass all the time. That's why y'all don't like me. That's why y'all make threads about me on Bum Bitch Alley. A lot of Black women don't like me. So let's not sit here and act like I don't hold Black women accountable. So I'm not saying we should agree with everything they say, and we have to always say that they're right, and I'm not saying that. But we do need a certain level of code. But it's like if we're anything short of perfect, we are attacking each other, and that is just extremely it makes me disappointed. And I was talking to one of my supporters the other day about this. Shout out to Shy Vix. Shout out to her. But she said something I hadn't really thought of originally, and that is how some Black women, I'm not saying all of us feel this way, but some Black women in particular attacked Gail and Oprah out of jealousy. And I didn't think about that originally. Because, I even if a Black woman, a successful Black woman is not super, super pro-Black, I'm still happy that they're successful. I like to see successful Black women. I do, so that didn't cross my mind, the jealousy part, because, I've never been jealous of Oprah or Gail, especially Oprah. Like, even though I don't agree with everything she does, like, let's just be honest. Oprah is kind of like the shit. Like, there's no way I would be mad at her success, basically, And there are Black women out there who have a problem with women who are successful and well connected. And aren't out here capering for Black men all over the place. They're, Oprah and Gail are not pro-Black. They don't identify with the struggle, right? And to a lot of Black women, Gail and Oprah aren't relatable. If you're not somewhere struggling with Tyrone, being a baby mama or something like that, they're not relatable. They're not. And that's an angle I didn't look at before. So there's some class differences in there too, because they feel like, Oprah thinks she's better than me or something like that. You know how some Black women are. People have even said it to me. So I just think it's a lot of layers and hidden motives to this that I don't think Black women are being 100% honest about. And they're disguising their jealousy and worship of Black men with fake morality. Okay. And I need you guys to see it for what it is. Because to a certain point, it's like, was it that serious? Ty said what Ty said. Thank you for your donation. What's up, girl? Don't spend this all in one place, Chrissy, and leave our Black man babies alone. They have it hard out here in these streets. Ty is so sarcastic and so funny. And they are man babies. And it's partially our fault, you guys. We coddle them. They are man babies. You guys are coddling these guys so much, they'll never grow up. Sheena, thank you. Chrissy, your channel is the truth. You'll always have my support. I said the other day, I wish channels like yours existed when I was growing up in the 90s. Girl, me too. Christy Dinkins, thank you, boo. Cleopatra says they don't have to grow up. I hope you're being sarcastic. So yeah, the whole Kobe Gail thing or Snoop Dogg and Gail thing, that's just one example. And something else I see going on with Black women as of late, which is also in the title, is them using level up rhetoric to disguise their Black male worship. And this is kind of what I touched on in the beginning. And again, they're doing this because the outright caping isn't as effective anymore. Black women are fed up. We're becoming more woke. We are no longer tolerating the disrespect. We're not tolerating the colorism, the misogyny, the, denigrating of our image. So these women are trying other gaslighting and level up manipulation rhetoric or tactics to get us back in the matrix. And I want you guys to see it for what it is. Okay. And I'm not, and you know what? I'm not even going to give the disclaimer because, like I said, the sneak dissing happens on their platform too, and nobody says anything. So I'm going to say what I want to say. I'm tired of ignoring it because, you guys send me screenshots, you send me videos, and I'm like, whatever, I ignore it. But it just keeps happening. And I'm like, okay, this needs to be called out. So one thing I hear them say is, what's one of them? They'll say things like, oh, you'll never level up and you'll always be stuck if you worry about what other people say to you. Ignore these people and colorism will disappear. That's one thing they're saying. It's like I've heard it from more than one level up platform. They always say you're not gonna level up if you acknowledge colorism, right? That's a big one. That's what they always say, right? And just ignore colorism. It'll go away. Just ignore these people, right? Ashley Jones, thank you for your donation, right? And in general, let me say it's true. It's true that being consumed with colorism and other people's opinions is unhealthy. I've never argued that. But being consumed about what other people say about you and removing yourself or withdrawing your support from people who don't respect you is two different things. And we're doing the latter, okay? And what these women really want us to do, let me translate this for you. What they really want us to do is ignore colorist men. They might have sons. Maybe they want us to ignore it, and they want us to ignore colorist people and support them anyway. That's what they're really saying. Yeah, it's all about balance. And I've always said that from the beginning. It's all about balance, right? And when they just want us to not say anything at all. That's what it is. And you can see how dark-skinned women doing that will just put young, dark-skinned Black women and girls back in the matrix to basically be devoured by colorist men. It doesn't actually help them. You know what I mean? It doesn't actually help them. Or they'll say, oh, only insecure women want validation and care about promotion. You should validate yourself. That's a big one too that I see coming from certain level up platforms. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you so much, Chrissie. I appreciate you too, love. That's another thing. Validate yourself, right? When all humans want validation from other people, including them, these women love validation, right? That's what's so funny about it. They love validation themselves. But all humans respond well to validation. All humans respond well to their archetype being promoted in a positive way. And all women, just in general, not just Black women, but all women help to promote themselves in ways they want to be promoted. Dark-skinned women are no different from that regard. You think we're the only group of women who have platforms to promote ourselves? You think all those platforms showcasing white women in their makeup and their outfits and their heels and all that stuff, those are white women who run those accounts, you guys. White women promote themselves all the time. They promote themselves right along with white men in Hollywood as well. So why are we acting like dark-skinned women are the only ones who feel like promotion is important and who like validation? Why aren't we telling white women who post their pretty pictures on Instagram that they need to stop wanting validation and validate themselves? Like, why isn't anybody telling them that? And some of these same people who are saying this, they post pictures on Instagram to what? Get validation. They post pictures in their little cute outfits to what? Get validation from men and other women. So, like, why are we acting like this is just a dark-skinned woman thing? It's not. You post videos on YouTube to get likes. You want validation. You sneak this me to try to get people to stop following me to follow you and listen to you more because you want their validation. You want their support. But no, you want to lie and validate yourself. You don't validate yourself. So don't tell dark-skinned women to do it. You might validate yourself. I'm not going to say you don't do that. But that's not the only validation you want. And you need to stop lying about it. You want validation outside of your husband and your significant other too. If you didn't, you wouldn't be on public platforms posting yourself. You do that for validation. You're not fooling anybody. So let's stop lying. Thank you, Dallas Cowboys, for your donation. Thank you, Leisha. You're making too much sense, Chrissy. Keep it up. Thank you, Janelle. I agree with you. However, if we stop collectively supporting Black men and Black men primarily marry white women, won't we eventually get rid of the Black race? Oh my God. Do you really think that Black people are going extinct anytime soon? Like, that's another talking point I'm tired of. You guys, we're not going extinct. There are still Black people having Black ass babies. There's a whole continent full of Black people. Why are you worried about this? And I'm not telling you, and see, this is another thing. I'm not telling you to withdraw your support to men who Black men who like Black women and who support dark-skinned women and who love dark-skinned women. I never told you to completely stop supporting Black men, just the Black men who don't support us. What is so hard about this? This is what I mean. I don't, it's like, this is what I mean by that internal knee-jerk reaction to defend Black men. It's like, you're so triggered, you don't even hear what's being said. You think collective means all. That's what you think. You think that me saying we shouldn't support colorless Black men, you think that's me saying, oh, I hate Black men. We can never support them. We can never date them. We all must swirl. Why? Like, how is that what you hear in your mind? This is what it's like. Y'all need to really burn the cape. CDM, thank you for your donation. Chocolate Queen, you are right, Christy. Keeping the self-esteem of dark-skinned women and girls on the ground will keep them vulnerable to these men. Exactly. And that is the problem. That's the problem that's the problem with not challenging this narrative. This, oh, we shouldn't care, shouldn't say anything, we should just let it go, blah, 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 all this stuff that they're saying. No, it keeps Black women in the mix. And it keeps them down about themselves. You can't do that. Elson, how do you not become mentally drained from the foolishness on YouTube? I live my life. The last couple of days, I've barely looked at YouTube. That's how. I'm not obsessed with this stuff. Like, you guys may think I am because I have a channel pretty much on one thing. But I had a beautiful day yesterday. It was out all day and the day before yesterday. That's why I'm behind on videos. About to go out again to a very nice dinner on Valentine's Day. I live my life. I'm not consumed with this. There's no way I could get drained by this. Because you know what? When I need to step away, I step the fuck away and live my life. Iridescent says I just get high. You know what? Say no to drugs, kids. Say no to drugs. They only temporarily take away the pain, okay? The solution is live your life, okay? It's all about balance. Don't be on YouTube 24/7. I mean, I've said this several times. But that's how I'm able to leave and keep coming back, you guys, because I have a real life outside of YouTube. I have a great, abundant life outside of YouTube. And when I need to stop, y'all see what I do. I might leave for 2 weeks, a week, and I'll come back refreshed. I'll never let this mess drain me, ever. So that's your answer. But yeah, my point is, you guys, these women are really telling us to do this because they want to keep us in the matrix. I really do believe that. For whatever reason, they want to keep us in the fold. And then what they'll do, they'll exaggerate, right? And they'll try to make it seem like we're extreme or overly obsessed or, overly obsessed with being validated, right? By strangers. As if that's all we're thinking of 24 hours a day. Or as if we want an unrealistic amount of promotion or validation or want to be promoted or validated more than anyone else. All we're doing here is bringing a bit more balance to the narrative and to the discussion. Most of us are not asking for the world, and we're not obsessing over being promoted and validated. We're not. We're also, like I just said, we're also living our lives, and we're leveling up in our everyday lives. I get testimonials every day from you guys telling me that my advice has helped you, and you're engaged, you've met generous men, you get more compliments because you're more feminine, all that stuff. So it's clear, we're not stuck as some of these women say we are. We're not. They're projecting. It's projection. And they exaggerate because what we're doing makes them uncomfortable. That's really what it is. And what they really want us to do is settle for the promotion that we have, never ever care about our image, never want validation ever. And then they try to make you feel like something's wrong with you for wanting what every woman wants. That's promotion and validation. We all want that. We all seek that in one way or the other. Did I miss a donation? Hold on. Thank you, Janelle says, thanks for the clarification. I completely agree. Love your channel. Well, love you too. Thank you for donating. And another thing that I see a lot on these, or that I hear a lot on these level up platforms, they'll say, and I used to do this too. So, but they'll say, oh, men are men, not just black men are bad. Other races of men are bad too, which is a very true statement. I've said that several times on my channel, that black women should not deify any race of men. But like I said earlier, where do you see black men constantly reminding other black men of this when they date out? Where do you see that happening? Black women continuously feel the need to remind other black women that there are terrible men in all races. Why do we do that? And you know what? I get it. Some of you need to be reminded. Some of you do, because you'll get all crazy with it, and because you've never swirled before, you think that white men, are some gods or something like that. So I get it. Some of you need to be reminded. I remind you guys too. But some of you guys are really doing that because you're uncomfortable with other black women dating out. Can we be honest about that? That's why you're really saying it. And we see you. We know that's why you're really saying it. Or, and this is a big one, listen carefully to this one. Or these conversations make you feel like your black man is inadequate. You hear what I just said? You're with the black man, and these conversations make you feel inadequate with your black man. Did I hit a nerve? Did I hit a nerve? Because a lot of you guys, I'm just being honest right now, a lot of you guys coming against the swirl camp, you done already married a Dusty, or you done already had some black kids by a black man, and you're triggered. Yeah, ouch. I know I hurt some feelings. That's true. You're triggered because you already done made the decision to have a black baby with a black man, and you done brought him into this community before you got woke, and now you feel inadequate. This is the truth that nobody's saying. Nobody's telling you the truth. And this is what I'm talking about. It's some undercover. I don't like to use the word, but I'm going to use the word just because y'all. No, I'm not going to use the word. I'm not going to use the word. Thank you, Papaya, for joining. Thanks, boo. It's some undercover caping, y'all. It's some undercover caping. Corey Kent says, divorce, lose weight, and level up. I would never tell them to divorce. But I mean, even if you're not married to a Dusty, or you're not, you don't have kids to one or by one, some of what we say really does make black women who have black men feel inadequate. And I can understand that. I definitely can understand why they would feel that way. But I have a black man, you guys. If you have a good black man, then I don't understand why you get offended by anything we say. If you really believe what you say when you say not all black men and your black man is not colorist or dusty or any of the things that we describe on this channel, then you shouldn't be offended. But it goes back to that thing what I said about Gail. It's like black women tend to push away other black women they feel they can't relate to. You know what I mean? You're not relatable anymore. You know, if you don't have a black man like me, you're not relatable, right? And again, the men aren't really like that. Like, not like we are. Maybe it's a woman thing where we like to bond with each other. You know, I'm not saying men don't bond in their own ways, but they don't really bond like women. You know, we bond over everything, right? And black women in particular, for obvious reasons, you know, we feel like we want to have friends that relate to our whatever we're going through, whatever we're doing. Listen, I was on a three-way call with both of my best friends the other day, and I don't know how the topic came up, but it was a topic about having kids. And I was like, you know, and I've said this before, but I don't know what it is with people with kids. They just don't want to believe you. But I was like, yeah, I've pretty much decided that I don't want kids. Oh, no, girl, you got to have at least one. You got to have at least one. And they were adamant about it, you guys. Adamant. And I'm like, why? And there was no real reason. It was just like, because you're a woman. That's what you're supposed to do. And so it's like, women are big with being relatable. I'm not relatable because I'm the only one out the group that don't have kids. So I'm not relatable in that way. You got to have at least one. No, I don't. Why? Because you did. And every other 5 minutes, you're cussing out your kids. You're crying over your husband or your baby dad. I'm cool. And I love my best friends. But girl, why? I mean, even after looking at them, why would I want kids after seeing what y'all went through? Why would I want them? I mean, that's not the reason I don't want them. I knew I didn't want kids when I was a kid. Before any of it, all of this happened, before I, you know, got woke, or before I, you know, started talking about colorism or even knew that colorism existed, I was just one of those kids where it was like, everybody was like, I'm going to have kids and I'm going to have a family. And I never felt that way. They were talking about it, I'm like, not me. I don't want no kids. I don't want to raise a human being. Yeah, I love being an aunt. And it's not like I don't love kids and babies and stuff. I think they're adorable. And I love how honest kids are. That's one of my favorite things about them. But, you know, you put on an outfit or you something like that, or your hair is done. Ask a kid if you look cute and they'll be like, no, that's ugly. You look ugly. It's like, dang, tell me how you really feel. They're so honest. I love that about kids, but I don't want them. I'm sorry, I don't. Beige Negress, thank you. Don't let anyone shame you about being child free. Oh, girl, I don't get shamed. Trust me. Ashley Jones, thank you. Thank you for this beautiful and informative platform for dark-skinned ladies so that we will understand as a group how to stay on code and what to teach our daughters so they won't be naive in this colorist society. Hashtag no more mules. Exactly. Thank you. You know, but it's like, if you're not relatable, Black women have a problem. And I think that relatable factor is very, very important to Black women because of our experience in this country, in this world, really. You know, the lack of promotion, you know, racism, colorism, texturism, you know, the hair discrimination, all that stuff. You know, we want Black women to be just like us. We're obsessed with it. Like, we're obsessed with having other women to relate to. And I can understand to a certain extent, but when it comes to who the next Black woman dates and, you know, all that kind of stuff, it's like, that shouldn't be a big issue. Now, when it comes to our behavior and getting on code, I do think we need to get more on code. But the whole interracial dating thing, that goes into code. We don't need to be policing each other on who we date. That's off code. That looks stupid when you got Black men out here putting non-Black women on a pedestal. and talking about how they don't want black women and no dark-skinned women. No, we shouldn't be policing other black women's vaginas. That's one thing we should not be doing. Let me go up. Love, thank you. I felt like you. I always wanted a career and power, not kids. Well, yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Power in certain ways, and a career to a certain extent. Lydia, Elise, thank you. When you gonna drop that baby, Chrissy? Girl, don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. What's another example with these level up platforms? Another thing they'll say is, and this is a big one now. It's like all, with all this femininity training we're talking about, they'll say, oh, only masculine women compete with other women, right? And listen, you guys, we all know that we live in a competitive society. Humans compete. That's not a gender thing. I think men are a little bit more competitive, but women compete with each other. Humans compete with each other. And more importantly, other groups of women will never stop competing with us. Ever. Light-skinned women will never stop competing with dark-skinned women. So it does not benefit dark-skinned women to not compete. Right? But with this new level up stuff, all of a sudden it's masculine to compete, right? And let me tell you what they're really saying. What they're really saying is the truth about light-skinned women and mixed women and non-black women competing with dark-skinned women hurts my feelings. That's the real problem. It hurts my feelings. And I don't want to cut off my light-skinned best friend. I don't want to cut off my light-skinned cousin. Well, I'm not telling you to cut them off. I'm just saying they're competing with you. And you know what's so interesting about that? Some of the same platforms will suggest that black women or women in general don't go out with their ugly friends or go out in a place with a bunch of ugly people where they stand out and then turn around and be like, oh, competition is for masculine women. What? That don't make sense. You just told women not to go out with friends that are more attractive than you. You just said that. So their real issue is their feelings are hurt, especially if they're mixed or light skinned, the mixed and light skinned women, the mixed light skin level up women. All of a sudden the rules change when it comes to dark skinned women for some reason. I don't know. It's just weird. Or some just want to keep dark skinned women like in this non-competitive mindset so they can compete with us and win. That's another thing women do. Mixed women do it, white women do it. That's why what I said in the or not in several videos actually, how white women, they'll promote unappealing dark-skinned women or unappealing black women with really, really attractive white women. That's competition. Women are competitive. They like winning over other women. That's the world that we live in. That's not changing anytime soon. Now, what I will agree with is that being over competitive is a problem. Again, it's all about balance. But if dark-skinned women never compete while the world is competing with them, then again, that leaves us right where we started off at. Like, we got to jump in the game. Black women got to jump in the game. And what do you think this is, you guys? All of this, femininity stuff. Oh, we need to be more feminine. We need to do this more. We need to do this more. We need to look the part. We need to speak the part. We need to say this to get what we want out of men. What do you think that is? That's competing with other women. Do you think the next chick is not trying to do that to get that very same man that you're trying to get or that very same job that you're trying to get? It's competition. That is the way of the world. So in your mind, if that makes you feel better, black women, if that makes you feel better to say, oh, I'm not competing with anybody. I mean, I ain't never, what did Megan Thee Stallion say? I ain't never met no chick I had to compete with. If that makes you feel better as a woman, then say that to yourself. But you are competing. You are. Whether you like it or not, you're competing. Your favorite breadwinner says, be more feminine for who, though? I think it depends on the level up guru who's talking. Some of these women, again, it's like black men caping in disguise. Some of these women are really talking about being more feminine for black men. That's another thing. But with me, I'm just saying be feminine for the man, the best man for the job. And it's not that I'm saying that black women or dark-skinned women aren't feminine, because I've been accused of saying that. It's just that our femininity has been robbed from us. It's a cultural thing. So it's not me saying that black women or dark-skinned women are innately not feminine enough. I'm just saying a lot of us haven't learned how to tap into it. That's all. The femininity is already there. It's in all of us. But a lot of us, we didn't get the luxury of growing up in environments where we could be feminine. So, and femininity can be learned. Me, myself, I learned it from my mom and my grandmother. So that's where you're supposed to learn it, but some black women didn't. So they need a little help with it. She said, oh God, be more feminine for black men. Now I got a migraine. You know what? But that is what some women are trying to do. But the gaslighting, you guys, the exaggerating about me and my camp being bitter and emotional, and somebody said we were I was off balance, and saying how we're obsessed with getting validation is getting played out, y'all. We can tell it's phony at this point. We can tell you're gaslighting, because if I and my ladies over here were so hell bent on getting validation and approval like you say we are, we wouldn't be pissing so many people off. We wouldn't be trying to appease them or we would be trying to appease them and be nice to them 24/7. That's what we would be doing. The point of what we do here is to get dark-skinned black women to stop caping for men and people who don't do anything for them, and take that mentality out into the world. This platform is not meant for you to go raging in the real world about colorism. And I said that several times. The only men that I and the women who follow me are worried about impressing and getting approval from are the individual men who pursue us. Okay. And I keep telling y'all, my platform is not here to impress these dusties on YouTube, or these black women on YouTube or on social media. I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm not here to make you feel like I'm feminine or leveled up. I'm not here to make you to form your opinion about me in that way. I don't really care, because listen. And I'll probably be doing like a little miniature apartment tour on my other channel. But with the way I'm living, I don't have nothing to prove to you YouTube niggas and women. I don't have nothing to prove to you. So it's not about, oh, Chrissie's masculine. My man doesn't think that. My man doesn't think that. My man who pays my bills doesn't think that. Whenever I go to the store and get men to carry something out to my car, they don't think I'm masculine. They don't think I'm masculine. Every time I get that credit card, ain't nobody calling me masculine. So I don't really care. When I go out on Valentine's Day, my man ain't gonna think I'm masculine. So my point is, what you say does not matter. This platform is not for you. This platform is not to make you feel good. This platform is not to prove anything to you. I'm not selling nothing to you, black women. I don't have a product. I don't have a course. I don't have a book. I don't have to prove anything to you. You can unsubscribe. You can go. I don't really give a shit. You don't pay my bills. Yes, my man is black. Yes, he is. So for those who got it confused, this ain't for you. This is to equip dark-skinned women to go out into the world with the information. That's all this is for. And at this point, some of you women, you look real desperate and emotional while you're trying to call me emotional and desperate. You look real desperate and emotional trying to stop dark-skinned women from taking their capes off. I'm getting text messages. You look real emotional and you look desperate. I know you're trying to sell your books and, you know, your courses and your Facebook groups. I don't have none of that. I don't need to try to steal your subscribers and make them feel a way about you and, you know, sneak dish you in my videos to get more people to listen to me and buy my shit. I'm not selling nothing. You need the book sales. You need the course sales. I don't. You need the Patreon money. You need the Facebook group money. I don't. YouTube is my play money, honey. YouTube AdSense is my play money. I don't need this platform like you. Okay? Let's be clear about that. So I'm not here to impress you. And I'm not trying to act like I'm better than anybody, but I'm just telling you, we're not here for the same reasons. We're not here for the same reasons. And a lot of Black women are showing their true colors when it comes to trying to keep Black women stuck in this one-sided support dynamic with Black men. And that's really what pisses me off. And they are coming out of hiding from every direction. And some of them are being real slick, trying to keep Black women in the matrix. And I really don't want dark-skinned women to get sucked back in by these women. Ladies, there are other Black women who are actively working against dark-skinned women and Black women leveling up. And it's not just men. Again, I expect the men to do it, but you guys, you need to pay attention to some of these women. Black women, dark-skinned women especially, we're going to have to start tightening up the ship and leave these women behind. Seriously. Seriously. Some of you are sending me stuff and you're so surprised. That's what's so funny about it. You're so surprised. You're so disappointed because you thought your favorite level up gurus had Black women's best interest at heart, right? You're so disappointed. You're so upset because you found out that these women are really undercover Wakandan warriors and secretly got their cape on for unworthy Black men. And they see you taking yours off, so they're mad about it because they don't want to be fighting alone. That's what this is about. They don't want to be fighting alone. And y'all know my channel is all about getting Black women and dark-skinned Black women in particular off the hamster wheel, right? To stop fighting for, caping for, and trying to appease unworthy Black men. That's what this channel is all about. But you sitting somewhere upset and, oh my God, Chrissy, I can't believe she said this. And she was talking about you. But you upset because you thought that some of these undercover Wakandan warriors didn't have that cape on. And you really thought that they weren't colorists. I told you they were colorists a long time ago, by the way. I told you that. I warned you a long time ago about these covert colorist women. I told you that a long time ago. And I keep telling you that colorism exposes who is really there and who is not there for dark-skinned women and girls. It's right in front of your face, and you just choose to ignore it. You guys sent me a video, and I literally heard a content creator. This is a level up content creator, gives level up advice. I heard her say that collectively dark-skinned women are supposed to defend and protect ourselves, but we have to defend and protect Black men and their legacy. Black men like Kobe and Snoop Dogg and Michael Jackson, men like that, right? But she said that they don't have to do the same for us. They don't have to defend and protect us. It's only up to us and the men in our lives to protect us. That's what I heard her say. These women are actually saying that we don't need collective defense as Black women, but Black men need us to collectively defend them. And if we don't defend these legends, then we're somehow hurting ourselves. That's what she said. I'm just repeating what she said. But see, you need to know who you're listening to. This is some undercover mule shit, Black women. This is some undercover caping shit. This is caping. There's nothing level up about that. And if you don't see that, you're blind. I'm sorry for talking about your fave, but if you don't see that, you're blind. Any woman who's telling dark-skinned women to tolerate or support Black male celebrities who don't benefit us in any way, in any capacity, they're not for dark-skinned women, period. And not only that, but they're gaslighting you as well. I don't understand how you guys sit up here and follow people who tell you shit like, oh, they're looking for colorism. No, we don't look for anything. It's there. We see it. We see the colorism, and we're moving accordingly and only supporting those who support us. Anybody who wants the best for dark-skinned women would not take issue with that. And I question the support that they say they have for dark-skinned women. And I also question their intelligence. I'm telling you, they're undercover. And a lot of you guys caught it. You caught it because I got the screenshots. Y'all caught that shit. You were like, hold up, this sounds like some pick-me caping type shit. You caught it. And then, of course, she came to me and I'm like, I told you this a long time ago. The first time she got out of pocket. And listen, ladies, anybody pretending that they're spitting some game, some higher level knowledge that doesn't actually, that doesn't make sense, and they're pretending they're smarter than everyone else and, saying some shit and saying, oh, well, if you don't agree, it's going over your head. You're not tapped in yet. Whatever the fuck they're saying. It's pretending, you guys. It's pretending. Anybody who's pretending to be unbothered and emotionally balanced is not really unbothered or emotionally balanced when they're in their feelings about dark-skinned women burning the cape. Okay? How are you? Can somebody explain how you're talking about how unbothered you are, but you stay bothered by me and my platform? Like I don't mention these chicks. Like, I swear to God, the only reason I'm saying this right now is because y'all keep sending me stuff of them sneak dissing me. I don't talk about these chicks ever. But you're so unbothered. Then why are you bothered by me and my platform? You're not unbothered. So stop saying that. You are bothered. You are bothered. They're just pretending to be unbothered. And it's easy to see this because I and my platform have them bothered. And listen, y'all know I'm not about that. Oh, you have to be unbothered 24/7 to be feminine. It's totally unrealistic. It's totally unrealistic. This whole, and I do think that cursing and stuff like that is unladylike. But do you think these feminine, dainty, white woman princesses don't curse behind closed doors? Y'all, it's all about code switching. It's all about knowing the environment where you shouldn't say things. That's it. Do you think I talk like this in professional environments? I said it before. I'm a master code switcher. I don't sound nothing like this when I'm in a nice place. It's a lot of people that sound just like me that you think are so feminine and perfect. So let's not. Like I said, I curse on here. I say what I want to say on here. YouTube does not pay my bills. When I'm somewhere else, I sound different. I'm not here to please you. I'm not here to prove anything to you. So I say what I want to say on here. This is not my bread and butter. I want you guys to remember that. So again, I believe that there should be balance. There's nothing wrong with showing a little emotion as long as those emotions don't take over you. There's also nothing wrong with code switching and being nice, nasty when you have to be. But I do take issue with women who claim they're so unbothered and carefree and, full of sugar and spice and everything nice. I do take issue when they act like that and they act like they're unbothered, but keep gaslighting and trying to police dark-skinned women and getting totally bothered by us throwing away what no longer serves us. If you're really unbothered, be unbothered and leave us alone. If you're unbothered, leave us alone. And if you're really unbothered, then withdrawing our support from people who don't deserve it, it shouldn't bother you. I mean, I want these women who say they're unbothered to really be unbothered. Because right now, nobody believes you. You look unbothered, or you look bothered. You look bothered right now. And you can say, oh, Chrissie, you're bothered. I never claimed to be unbothered. They did. Elson, thank you. Did you see black men mad at Megan Thee Stallion and G-Eazy? Yeah, that was so stupid. Megan is clearly living her life and having fun. I don't even know why people took that seriously. Megan is just, a free spirit. You know what I mean? But again, I am addressing this again because certain so-called unbothered women on this platform are consistently bothered by me and my platform and my message. Yet they claim to be unbothered. So I just think it should be called out. And again, it's strange to me because I try really hard, you guys. I try really hard to stay in my lane, not beef with anybody. I try to stay in my own little corner of YouTube. And I go out of my way to make sure I don't talk about other content creators directly or indirectly in videos. Like I haven't done that in months. And even when I do it, it's because they mention me. I don't even watch these people's channels anymore unless they're brought to my attention. Outside of that, they're generally not on my radar. But lately, people been nobody has said my name, which is why I'm not saying names, but they know who I'm talking about. Their followers know who I'm talking about. Just like when they talk about me, they know who they're talking about. So I don't have to say names. If you don't know, then you won't know. But all I'm saying is if you're that unbothered, why not ignore me? Why not? But I've been telling you guys about these level up chicks that are covert colorists, covert capists, or capers, capists, covert capers. And I'm glad that now some of you finally believe me. But I don't understand anybody. Oh God, I need to turn my phone on Do Not Disturb. The one time I don't have my phone on Do Not Disturb, everybody wants to text and call. It's whoever you say it is. Everybody you're mentioning in the comment section has sneak dissed me before. Everybody. I don't, what's so funny? I don't never see y'all over there talking about me and defending me. Ever. Elson, thank you. Why do followers always want you in beef? They did the same thing to you and others. Why can't black women just coexist? I don't know. Because like I said, I don't mention these chicks. Ever. I don't mention them. I don't indirectly. I don't sneak this. I don't do nothing unless they do it to me. That's it. Exactly, Kayla. Kayla says, well, they can't ignore you because your message strikes some type of chord. Apparently it does. Apparently it does bother them. Cause I mean, it's like, and it's been more than one occasion for like months. Everybody's like sending me stuff. I'm like, oh, this is about you. This is about you. I think this is about you. And I'm like, yeah, it is about me. It's about my message, but whatever. And I don't say shit, but I'm saying something tonight. I'm saying something. Because we see you and you're not unbothered. You're not. And you know, I don't understand anyone who tells Black women to not deal with dusties. Right? Not deal with dusties. Don't deal with colorist men. Don't deal with this. But then you want dark-skinned women to tolerate colorist Black male celebrities or anti-Black woman Black male celebrities. That's what I mean by undercover caping. Because at that point, you're caping. I don't know what they're doing outside, but I'm sorry for the noise. You know, another thing I'm tired of is people using this goddess stuff and hotep stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that too. I'm tired of people using this goddess hotep talk. And I'm spiritual in my own way, but I'm tired of people using it and presenting it as something dark-skinned women should emulate, but not referencing the goddesses that destroyed and beheaded their enemies when they crossed them. That it's like y'all pick and choose what goddesses you want us to identify with. We don't have to preserve anything that does not serve us. Since you want to get hotep, since some of y'all want to get hotep, let's get hotep. Goddesses don't give without reciprocity. Goddesses don't protect people who are destroying their image. What kind of goddess protects men who seek to destroy them? Y'all need to pay attention to who you're listening to. And ladies, listen, we are the mothers of this community. Let's be clear about that. Dark-skinned women are the mothers of this community. Without our wombs, Black people don't exist. So that's part of why I know why they're coming at me so hard, because they know they're in trouble. Okay, when dark-skinned women take away the womb, it's over. You don't exist. You don't exist, right? So of course they're afraid. They're afraid of losing us, right? But don't piss on me and call it rain. You know, and if you really want me to act like the goddess you say I am and the mother of the planet and act like this is quote unquote my house, as one of them put it, right? Then expect me to destroy you in my house or kick you out of my house when you don't do right by me. That's what a goddess does. If you want me to tap into my feminine power and my feminine energy, then I can't contribute to mule and fight for you when you don't benefit me. That won't work. And since we're talking in goddess terms, I can give you life and I can take it away. How about that? I can give you life and I can take it away. How's that for being a goddess? Don't tell me how to act like a divine goddess, then get mad when I exercise my divine feminine right to destroy my enemies. That's what goddesses do. I don't know why y'all thought y'all could keep fucking with dark-skinned women like you've been doing, and we keep giving you life. That's not how this works. I don't know why y'all thought you could do that. But we don't owe you anything. We don't owe you life. I don't owe you my womb. I don't owe you my support. I'll destroy all of this shit because you don't deserve it. How's that for being a so-called dark mother goddess? How's that? See, some of you keep telling me I don't know who I am. I know exactly who I am as a dark-skinned woman. I know exactly who I am. And that's what has you so bothered. Because I do act like a goddess. That's why you're so bothered. That's why you can't stop talking about me. That's why you're listening right now. That's why you're always here. Be clear. Yeah, that dark feminine energy I'm talking about. Oh yeah, I know I operate in my dark feminine on YouTube. I know I do. Mackenzie, thank you. Going to create an Amber Alert style app called the Cape Burner for Black women to have a signal to go off when a public situation requires us to stay on code. Mackenzie, that's a good idea. If you're serious, do that, and I'll help you promote it. I love that idea. We download the app and then we get a signal whenever we need to stay on code. That's a great idea. Go trademark that shit, girl. You don't want nobody stealing your shit. Mackenzie. But yeah. I love light, dainty femininity, and I use it in my everyday life outside of YouTube. But I do have a dark side. I have a shadow side, like every other woman. And I also have a spiritual side. So I understand what you guys mean about goddesses and, divine feminine and all that stuff. I've read about it. And like I said, I have hoteps in my family. So I've heard about all that stuff. All the gods and goddesses, honey, the pineal gland. Honey, listen. Trust me, I know. Okay? But I know my power. I know the power of what I do. That's why you're so bothered. I know the power of my melanin in my womb, and I know why I scare people, because without women who look like me, you have no Black community. You don't have one. You don't exist. So of course you're afraid. Of course you're bothered. Of course you're scared. Of course you are. You should be. That's what you get. You don't mistreat the mothers of your community. You don't do that. This is what you get. And listen, of course, Black people aren't going to go extinct anytime soon. I don't believe that. Okay. But the reason why they're scared is because I'm taking away some of their Wakandan warriors. I'm taking away some of the wombs from the community. That's why you're mad. That's why you're afraid. But you're going to have to get over it. Dark-skinned women don't owe this community shit. With the way we're treated, we don't owe you anything. So stop trying to gaslight us and guilt us into staying and doing this thankless caping and muling for you. It won't work anymore. And I don't understand how it's supposed to be about, getting the bag and being unbothered and getting what we want as women. I don't see how it's supposed to be about that in 1 minute. And in the next, we're supposed to be caring so much. And we're supposed to be so concerned and on some hotep preserving the legacies of Black men who didn't even like us, who didn't even fuck with the Black community like that. It's double talk and it's confusing. And listen, I can appreciate what somebody like Kobe did for the community. Michael Jackson. I love Michael Jackson, by the way. I love his music. Love him as an artist. Talented. I can appreciate what they have done for the culture, right? But that doesn't mean we can't criticize them on anything. And us criticizing them doesn't put us at some, so-called low frequency where we can't level up. Please stop lying. I'm leveled up. I'm living just fine. I get testimonials from women who follow me every day. They're doing just fine. We're not stuck. We're not mad all the time or stop in our bag. We're not doing that. So stop acting like we're putting some hex on ourselves by exposing colorism or colorist people or anti-Black people in the industry. It's dishonest. You're reaching and you're desperate and you're projecting. Just say you're mad and you're triggered, despite you supposedly being so unbothered. But just say that. Say you're mad that we're telling you the ugly truth about some of your favorite celebrities. Just say that and go. Stop exaggerating and gaslighting like you're saying something deep and profound and so spiritual that goes over everybody's head when you're not. Stop acting like colorism would go away if we were more feminine and didn't talk about it and we're nice and sweet to everyone all the time. That's not how femininity works. You need both the light and the dark. And yes, light femininity works in the real world. And I encourage dark-skinned women to be that and to use that in the real world. But getting dark-skinned women off that hamster wheel that you trying to keep them on, some of you level up chicks, it's going to take a different approach. And I can't use light femininity for that. Because people like y'all are trying to keep us muling for these men. And you think you slick, but I see you. I can't be nice and sweet to you because you'll keep lying to dark-skinned women. And your narrative will be the only one out there. And you'll have us still out here caping for undeserving people and continuing this one-sided support cycle. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to let you do that. Not on my watch. Not while I'm still here. So you can get over it. Stay bothered. Janelle, thank you. She says, did you know that skin bleaching is accepted and encouraged and complimented in some of the level up groups? Gross. Really? That part I didn't know. You see, this is why y'all gonna learn. I keep telling y'all. Why? Like, okay, y'all gonna learn. Jay Ray, thank you. I definitely feel like more Black women need to stop having kids until they have a man that treats them right, along with marriage commitment and financial support. Me too, Jay, for sure. I mean, but you know, listen, I didn't know they encourage bleaching, but it's not surprising. That's not surprising at all. But I told y'all they were covert colorists a long time ago. But you know, this is a part of Black women's mental illness. You know, you hang on to the words of people who are mixed and biracial. You want to hear that type of level up advice from people like that. You want to hear it. And I know I don't show my face, so you're more comfortable with people who show their face, but and to my understanding, there's actually a dark-skinned woman who uses like a mixed woman's profile picture or something who's not even mixed. So they know that Black women are going to follow somebody like that. So you need to pay attention to what people are doing. Why are you dark skinned, but you're using, it's like the dark skinned women who use, this may sound petty, but you ever see those dark skinned women who like always got something negative to say about Black women or dark skinned women or the colorism activists or whatever, the colorism community, and they'll use light skin emojis, or you'll look at their profile and they have blonde hair, you know, and they have the white filter, you know, the light skin filter. It's like, they should be suspect to you, you guys. That should be suspect. That should be suspect. So then why does it surprise you when they say something that's, you know, when they on some cape and shit? Why does that surprise you? Why does that surprise you when they say something colorist, or when they have it all right? Everything's right, you know, they make sense in certain areas, but when it comes to colorism, they just completely drop the ball. Why do you think that? That's why. And you know, I'm not trying to brag, but there's certain stuff on this platform you're just not gonna get from anyone else. You're not. You know that's suspect. That's like me. Like, what if I had a light skinned woman's profile pic? Y'all would be like, it's suspect. That's all I'm saying. I ain't trying to, you know, come down on the girl, but that's weird. It's weird as fuck. So I don't know what else to say, but just know it's like, you know, y'all can get mad. Y'all can go run back to them and tell them, I really don't care. They can make their little response videos. I don't care. I said what I said, because they've been sneak dissing for a long time now. And they'll deny it probably. I'm so unbothered. I don't care. And those bitter Black women over there, yeah, whatever. You're bothered. You're bothered. You're bothered and you're competing with me. I don't care how much you say you're unbothered and you're not competition. You have no competition and you're not competitive, and you know, you're lying. You're lying. I see you. You are competitive and you're bothered. That's it. That's it. So I'm done. Let me call these people. Both of my best friends text me. Somebody sent me a hangout message. My mama called me. And who is this? I got phone calls to make. Elson, a lot of them have used femininity and level up as a hustle. They have books, podcasts, and consultation services off your talking points. Yeah, I know. And it's whatever. I don't care. Like, I don't care about people using my talking points. Like, I don't care. I feel like this is YouTube. People are gonna use each other's talking points. They're gonna, repeat what everybody else says. Hold on, y'all. Let me get my laptop is about to die. Hold on. We're all gonna repeat each other. That's not an issue for me. But it's just the sneak dissing. That's the thing. Well, again, I mean, I think the maturity comes from, like just me not trying to make a business out of this. I'm not trying to make a business out of level up femininity advice. So, but for the women who are trying to make a business out of it, yeah, they're going to be a little bit more competitive. And this is why you should follow me instead of them. And this is why their femininity advice won't work and mine will. It's a competition because they're selling something. When you're not selling something, you don't really care. It's like, okay, I don't care. The stuff that we say is on Google, guys. You can Google femininity and some shit will come up. I mean, you'll hear a lot of stuff that we say. And for me, I'm not going to sell it. I don't mind other women who sell it because, people package things differently and they sell things in their own way, in their own words. So I don't mind that. But what I've never tried to do, and I've never done it, I've never said that, you should listen to me instead of them. And their version of femininity isn't the right version of femininity. I don't try to take other people's subscribers. I don't try to, go against people's talking points in all of my videos like they do. Almost all of them. And that's what they do to me. They can deny it, but that's what they do. So it's like, but no. In that regard, like I said, I'm a competitive person, but in that regard, I'm not competing with these women because I'm not selling anything. The way I see it is you can listen to all of us and, chew the meat and spit out the bones. Take whatever applies to you and leave the rest. You can learn something from everybody. But with them, it's like, oh, that way is wrong and my way is right. And this is masculine. This is no. Then it becomes catty. It becomes stupid. I've never been like that on this platform ever. Unless it was a chick I didn't like or something. I might, throw some shots or something. But a lot of these women, I never had no issue with. I've shouted one of them out in past video. I'm like, I love her content. Go listen to her, blah, blah, blah. I've shouted her out and I've learned not to do that. Cause it's like, once I shout somebody out, then I say something they don't like. The next thing you know, they're talking shit about me on their platforms. Miss Ogibi, I probably butchered that. I'm sorry. You're my favorite, Chrissie. Love you. Keep doing what you're doing. Yes, Vanessa was a video vixen. If I could only listen to one channel, yours is it. Oh, thank you, boo. Thank you. Why y'all keep mentioning Pink Pill? This is not about Crystalline. I like Crystalline. I don't have no issue with Crystalline. We don't agree with each other on everything, but I don't have no issue with her. Nothing about this video was about her. Oh, okay. Yeah, Crystalline been talking about this stuff. She's the OG. I never claimed to be the first either. That's another thing. I never claimed to be the first to talk about any of this. I don't own any of this information. There's been a lot of people before me that have said what I said about femininity and colorism. I don't claim rights to those topics. Samia, Chrissie, please do a video on Tika Sumter's recent comments on the reel about dating IR as a dark-skinned woman. Agreed with her, your content. Yeah, I saw that little clip that she did. Tika Sumter, she's so classy. I mean, in the past, what bothered me about Tika Sumter is like, she went on Oprah and Iyanla's show and said she didn't experience colorism. Then she did an interview later and said that she had. So it's like Tika is one of those, I feel like she strikes me as one of those special snowflake type dark-skinned women who don't really want to say what it is, but I can understand she's in the public eye. So I kind of get it. And in that interview, or on the reel anyway, when she was on there, when she said, some people have a problem with, no, she said people have a problem with certain people dating interracially, but not Black women. She was really talking about Black men. She was talking about Black men, but she didn't want to say Black men. She didn't want to get dragged, which I understand. Some people can't handle that. And even when, Chris Brown said what he said, she kind of made a subliminal tweet about dark-skinned women. So, it's like, I feel like she agrees with a lot of what we say here, but she doesn't want to come across as the angry, bitter, dark-skinned woman, which is completely understandable. But it's like, girl, we know you agree. We know what you're saying. We know how you feel. Yeah, she's beautiful. She's gorgeous. But yeah, she doesn't want to look bitter, which again is completely understandable. Like, it's hard to do this to say what I say as a Black woman. I'm constantly being called bitter and masculine and ugly and insecure and, have low self-esteem. I'm constantly called those things, and those things have been said about me. But again, it's like, again, I don't have nothing to prove to y'all. This is YouTube. And I mean, I hate, because people will tell me all the time, why do you talk down on YouTube? You got women who subscribe to you and love you, and you're the reason why you have AdSense money. And so it's not that I'm looking down on YouTube. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, this is extra income. It's a hustle. It's a little side hustle or whatever, but it's not my life. And I do think y'all kind of hype it up more. Y'all make it mean more to me than what it really is. Like, I don't come on here. It's like I said in the last live stream, I come on, YouTube is like a job. It's like a side job, right? I don't come on here to impress my coworkers. I don't come on here to impress y'all. It's like, I don't come on here to beef with y'all either. Like, I do my content and you do yours. Like, why does it always have to be sneak dissing on? I don't do that to you. And so it does get a little bit annoying when I get on here and my coworkers are talking shit. It's like, I don't watch you. I don't listen to you. I don't care what you say. My corner is my corner. Why can't you let your corner be your corner? And I don't know. Maybe some of my followers are going over there saying stuff. I know that happens sometimes. But again, I don't go over there all the time. But when I do go over to certain people's platforms, I don't see my name come up in the comment section like that. So you can say I have a cult-like following and my followers are so terrible, but I don't see my followers harassing people like that. It might be a couple people here and there, but I see more people on my channel defending them than the other way around. So it's like, who's really mad? Who's really bothered here? My followers or you? It's you, and you're projecting that onto me and my followers. We don't really bother people like that. Our opinion is what bothers you. That's what it is. That's what it is. And if you feel like, oh, we make you look bad, we make you look bitter, we make you look bothered, whatever, create your own space and leave it at that. Create your own following, create your own space, your own group of like-minded women. Do that. You don't have to keep low-key talking about me, though. You don't have to keep referencing my platform. Listen, ladies, let me give you a word of advice and then I'm going to go. The Black women out there who wish to start platforms and create community, community of Black women, like-minded Black women to support each other and all that, you don't have to sneak this other people's platform to succeed. You don't have to do that. Be good in your own right. Be good in your own right. And your followers, your support will come. You don't have to drag your coworkers to grow. You don't have to do that. I didn't come on here. I didn't have to do that. I grew my platform with my originality, my original opinion, and my take on colorism. That's how my platform grew. It didn't grow by me saying, oh, don't listen to this colorism platform over here, and she's doing it wrong, and I'm doing it right, and she's this, and I didn't do that. I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to do that. No, I didn't copy anybody when it came to colorism. No matter what Rashida says, I didn't do that. All you gotta do is listen to the videos. We don't sound anything alike. So I'm trying to figure out what I copied. I'm trying to figure that out. And you can look at my dates on my femininity videos. That was my idea too. I didn't copy anyone for that. Like I said, there was already femininity information out before mine. But I got that idea from my brain. So yeah, apparently I am getting sued, honey. I don't know how she gonna sue me, but I got lawyers on deck, so I mean, bring it. I'm trying to. I mean, it's all good. Yeah, apparently I'm getting sued for plagiarism, child. I don't know. Plagiarizing colorism content, honey. That's what she said. There were femininity channels, but Chrissie tailored it to her demographic. Exactly. There's so many white women way before me doing videos on femininity. And and honestly, I didn't know that. Like one day I just Googled it, or not Googled it, but typed it in YouTube one day, and all these white women start coming. I didn't know. Y'all hipped me to Andrea's Choice, whatever her name is. The Latina girl, she been doing femininity videos. I'd never heard of her before. So I mean, there are a ton of white women do. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I feel like Black women, we're late. We're even late to the game on that, like femininity content. We're late. Yeah, Andrea's videos are really good. Like she really puts a lot of effort into her videos. And you guys put her in my comment section one day. You were like, "Hey, ladies, go follow." And I don't care about that either. If you say, "Hey, go follow this person," I don't care. Like I said, it's all about who you want to hear the message from. If you like the way somebody packages a message, you're going to listen to it. And I went over there. I was like, oh, I watched a couple videos and she had good content. But she's been on here she's been on here for years. I didn't know who she was. Been on here for years. I think her name is Andrea's Choice. Somebody put her name in there in the chat box. But yeah, I mean, none of what any of us, if you only been on here for even the last 5 years, the last 2 years, the last 3 years, nothing you're saying is new information. Nothing. So I mean, I don't know where people think, oh, you want to just claim something. No, okay, I got that wrong. Her name is not Andrea's Choice. It's Andrea. She's a makeup person. Andrea, hold on. Just type in Andrea Femininity. I can't find her channel right now. Yes, Andrea's Girly Talk. Damn, I can't think of shit. That's her name. Yeah, people copy me all the time. Like, there's one girl on here. She does femininity videos, and she literally took my whole thumbnail. Like, I was looking at it when I was like, did I? Is that my video? That shit, I was like, dang. So it's people on here that have flat out copied my shit. Flat out copied it. Yeah. Now that's a little too much. Like, why does your thumbnail look like mine though? I mean, you remember how I used to do the femininity thumbnails, like with the little kissy lips and stuff? I was like, dang. Really? You couldn't be a little bit more original? Just a little bit. Listen, here's another tip. When you repackage somebody's information, make it original. Don't do make it look like you just created it. Get original. Don't copy people verbatim. Okay. That's my tip to you. I don't care about you repeating the information though. Like, guys, I could really care less about that. I really do. But I do have an issue with, people trying to weaponize what I say. It's weird. It becomes a little bit like single white female-ish. For those of you who have seen that movie, it's like you love me, you listen to me, you repeat me, but you hate me at the same time, and you're trying to use my own words against me to take me down. That's when it gets a little weird. That's when it gets a little bit strange. It does start to look a little obsessive and stalkerish. Or when you're constantly referencing me in your videos and sneak dissing me in your videos and your blogs and trying to act like you're unbothered, but you're so bothered by it. That's weird. It's stalkerish, you guys. It's single white female-ish. Or if I do a video, right? I do a video and then the next day or like the same day you're doing like a rebuttal, or you're doing a video kind of repeating what I said. That's weird. That's weird, y'all. It's weird. Like, that literally happened. Like, I did a video on my other channel, Feminine Strategy and Lifestyle, and I did a video on femininity and the different types of femininity. And literally the next day, somebody did a video like pretty much saying the same thing. That is kind of weird. That's weird. And then it's different if you like me and you're cool with me, but then you don't like me and you're doing that. That's weird. Your favorite Bedouin says, Chrissie, if they can steal your thumbnail, they might steal your man. I can't. That's why you can't post your man on social media. You can't do that. If you got a successful man, this goes back to what I said about women being competitive. Don't be posting your man on social media. Don't you do that. That's why you will never see my man ever. I'm just letting y'all know now. Don't even get excited. I might show you his hand or something, but that's it. Oh, you'll never know his identity. What if you get engaged? You can show your ring. Don't show your man, though. We don't even see you. Exactly. Exactly. Let me tell you, people just use shit against you too much, you guys. Especially if you're a controversial person, you can't post too much. Now, if you're unproblematic and you're a sweetheart and everybody loves you, even with that, you got to be careful. But it's a little bit better when what you do is not controversial. So you need to move in stealth if what you do is controversial, because people will try to come for you. They'll try to destroy you, your family, everything. Elson, no, thank you for your donation. No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's sad. But yeah, so let me go. I love you guys. I've been on here too long. It's been too long. Okay. But I said what I said. Stay bothered and lying about how unbothered you are. I love you guys. See you in the next video. Bye.